Hey there, Joby Baker here. Just want to talk a little bit about EQ and some mixing things. I did a little bit earlier on viola, and now I'm just working on some drums here. This track has 4 drum kits on it, and they all sound a little bit differently. And I'm just going through and trying to make them all have their own sort of space. So I'm creating that with a bit of panning and but mostly tone. So what we've got, the first kit is let's see here. Let's put the group together here. Right, it's kind of this is the head honcho. This is the big fat one. So it's pretty rocking. That was with the 28-inch bass drum. Actually, I did a clip on this, on me recording these drums. Because the 28-inch bass drum goes on forever. It sounds kind of good, distorted and stuff. So what I've got here, I've got the main kick drum. Oh wait a minute, we've got 2 drum kits going on here. So it's kind of nice and boomy there, right? I had to EQ it quite severely. I'm also using this SSL, and I'm using a transient modulator. Now these transient modulators are really cool because what they do is they take off the beginning of the waveform, or they sculpt the beginning of the waveform, so you can make it have more attack. All right. Or it takes away the attack. It's a really good tool. It kind of gets rid of a lot of click and nasty things like that you don't want. Now that can that I had on the side sounds totally screwed up here. It's hilarious because I've got some pedals on it. Actually, it sounds like this naturally. It's pretty affected. But I'm actually passing a pedal on it. And now with the EQ here, as you can see, I've taken out what is that? It's 100 hertz, because there's a tone in there that's really strong, and it'll just dominate the whole mix. So I've got a really sharp Q, and I pulled that 100 hertz right out, and also the high frequency that's created by this distortion is, oh, it doesn't surprise me. Look at that, it's pretty brutal. So I've got a low pass filter on the EQ afterwards, so it sounds like this. Mix that with the bass drum. That's pretty happening right there. There's also a snare. Now the way I had this set up is I had the mics quite far away from the drums, so they're kind of picking a little bit of everything up. Yeah, so that one there, I believe, was an RCA BK5A, and again, I'm rolling off some of the high. I find, a lot of drums generally, once you start compressing, start to accentuate the high frequencies in a kind of negative way. So I find myself often rolling quite a lot of high end out, so I don't like all that real high frequency cymbally stuff. It's messy, gets in the way of the vocals, and it's irritating to listen to after a while. So I tend to like my drums to sound fairly dark. Then we've got an overhead, which I believe was a U47 FET, and then I'm also distorting it. That's bypassing these. Yeah, it's kind of trashy sounding actually. It's kind of cool. A bit of tape saturation. With this SSL, I've really could get it under control with some compression, pulling down the high end again with some filters. Take the low end and the bottom end out, get it more focused, and then I go and screw it up all again. with some distortion. Yeah, I like that. And then once I've done that, I go through and pick out the frequencies that are irritating in there and mellow that out. And that's what I got. Lastly is my room mic that I'm also distorting, but let's bypass that for a sec here. Right, that's the entrance. It's actually a decent sounding room. Bit bright. So yeah, that takes out that high 2K and some of the 600 mid-range stuff, and then distortion, baby. Oh yeah, and then you mix all those together. That's some fat groove right there. Okay, this video is going to go on forever, so I guess I'll have to make another one. But yeah, that's one of the 4 drum kits on this in this song. All right then, peace out.